What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video this morning on a Monday after a New York Jets loss. While I am not a fan of moral victories, and neither is Aaron Glenn, I did want to talk about some positive things from this Jets game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I don't think it's fair context-wise to just focus all on the negatives. There are negatives. I'm sure we'll talk about that during this week at some point too. But there were a lot of things to take away, especially on the offensive side of the ball, to get you excited. So I wanted to focus on that. So today we're going to go through a bunch of my positives from week one. We start with Justin Fields, who legitimately had a career game in week one. He was really good for the Jets yesterday. 16 of 22 passing, a 72.7 completion percentage, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, a 9.9 yards per attempt, and a 119.1 passer rating. Again, really good numbers, efficient, high completion percentage. He was moving the ball down the field a lot, the 9.9 yards per attempt. We'll get into some of the deeper numbers. Like, these are the baseline box score stuff, but I have some stats too that go a little bit deeper into his performance on the analytics side. Also added 48 yards on 12 carries with 2 rushing touchdowns. So a 3 touchdown day from Justin Fields yesterday when you include both passing and rushing. Now, some more advanced numbers for you. Passing wise, to show you just how good of a game it was for Justin Fields, career best of 90.4 according to PFF's grading on his passing grade. He also had the best EPA per attempt of his career at 0.68 per attempt per True Media, and Fields' adjusted completion percentage, 88.9, was the third highest of his career. Going even a little bit further into that, 7.4 ADOT, average depth of target. So his average depth of target was 7.4 yards down the field, and had a 10.4 CPOE, completion percentage over expected. Just again, the word that keeps coming to mind is efficient for Justin Fields. He used his legs to extend plays in the passing game, and he also used his legs to tuck it and run. Again, he had 12 carries in this game, 2 rushing touchdowns, 48 yards. If this version of Justin Fields shows up every single week, the Jets are in good shape. It's just about building consistency with Justin Fields. It's something that I said a lot this offseason. We know that there's talent there. Clearly there is. And again, yesterday, he showed it off as a passer. Not that the volume of passing attempts was there, only 22, but was really efficient with the 22 passing attempts. And, there's going to be comparisons to the JV version of the Philadelphia Eagles that the Jets are trying to be, but it may seem a little bit cliche to bring that one up, but I think it's the truth. They are going to try to build their team similar to the Philadelphia Eagles offensively, and that's a really tough comp because they just won the Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts was Super Bowl MVP. But the Philadelphia Eagles do a good job of putting Jalen Hurts into situations that can make him successful. I know that he's like a hot button discussion point amongst NFL fans. Like, how good of a quarterback is he? Is he top 5, or is he like the 14th best quarterback in the NFL? Throw that out of the way, but just look at how their approach is on offense. And I think that's what the Jets are going to try to do. And they showed that with Justin Fields, and he was really good at it yesterday. We also have to talk some Tanner Engstrand, man, because look at this tweet. Heading into Sunday Night Football, per the data from the folks over at PFF, the offense with the highest successful play rate today, meaning yesterday, Sunday, was the Justin Fields-led New York Jets. Tanner Engstrand went off, man. In his debut, the New York Jets had 394 yards of total offense. They had nearly 400 yards. First, I'll give you some comparisons for from last year's Jets offense to this game yesterday. Last year, the Jets only had 3 games with more yards of total offense than they had yesterday. Against Miami in an overtime loss, against New England in the win on Thursday Night Football, and against Jacksonville. Engstrand did that too, by the way, against one of the best defenses that they'll see all year. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a really, really good unit, and they put up 32 points and nearly 400 yards of offense. I don't know if it's fair to expect that every single week until they prove it, right? But that was a hell of a start for Tanner Engstrand. 32 points was also tied for the most that they scored last year. And something else that I really liked is, in addition to, we already talked about Justin Fields' performance, right? But when you think of the Jets' star weapons on the offense, you think Garrett Wilson, you think Breece Hall. Both were heavily involved and very successful. Breece had 21 total touches in this game for 145 all-purpose yards. Garrett Wilson was targeted 9 times, had 7 catches for 95 yards and a score. He got his playmakers involved early and often, which, again, is something that you really like to see. And it seems so simple, but unfortunately, it wasn't something that Nathaniel Hackett was able to do. He was talking in 2023, 9 weeks into the season against the New York Giants. He was like, oh, wow, we realized Breece is good catching the ball out of the backfield. It's like, what the hell are we talking about? But Tanner Engstrand, again, really impressive debut. My one gripe with Tanner Engstrand, and it's minimal, but I think you guys will agree with me on this one. Can we go under center on 4th or 3rd and 1 yard to go situations, like the 2-point conversion? Go under center and just do a QB sneak, man, for the 1 yard. That's all I ask. You have a big, 235-pound physical quarterback. They did it down on the goal line later, and it worked. Do that on the 2-point conversion. Do that on any 3rd and 4th and 1 or shorter to go. I don't like running out of the shotgun in those situations. There's something about a clean Monday shave that just hits different. Lately, the razor from House of Atlas has become part of my reset ritual. Coffee in hand, questioning my Sunday bets and trying to forget I benched the guy who dropped 30 in fantasy. Listen, man, it happens. Whether you're heading to the office or gearing up for Monday Night Football, it's the perfect way to shake off the losses, clear your head, and start fresh. And now, for a limited time, they're offering 20% off site-wide plus free shipping at houseofatlas.com. Just use my code O'Leary at checkout. That's houseofatlas.com, promo code O'Leary for 20% off everything. Plus, House of Atlas is now available at Target stores nationwide. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you'll love it as much as I did. Another one, Breece looked like Breece again, which I was holding on to my Breece Hall stock, and seemingly for a good reason. I mentioned it, 21 touches overall, 145 all-purpose yards, but averaged 5.6 yards per attempt. The Jets' offensive line was opening big holes, but Breece saw the hole, hit the hole, and got upfield. Too many times, especially last year, like dancing behind the line of scrimmage, a little indecisive. He was elusive yesterday and was decisive, which, again, I thought was really impressive. I thought by far he looked like the best running back on the field. I know Braylon Allen got in the end zone, but I didn't think it was the best Braylon Allen day. He had an 8-yard touchdown run, but finished with 9 rushing yards on the game. I think it was 6 carries for 9 yards was the final number, and 8 of those yards came on 1 rush. So it wasn't the best Braylon day, but Breece looked really freaking good. And then to close on the positive, sticking on the offensive side of the ball, offensive line was really good yesterday. They lost AVT on the eve of the season. Joe Tippmann comes in to moves over to right guard. Josh Myers going to start at center. Fields was sacked only 1 time in this game, and they flat out moved people in the run game. First play of the game, look at Joe Tippmann and Armand Membu here, opening up a gigantic hole for Breece Hall, who picks up a first down run. I mean, they were, again, like I said, flat out moving people in the run game, but I kind of wanted to focus on the 2 young guys. Armand Membu, in his NFL debut, 0 sacks, 0 hurry, 0 hits, 0 pressures. Now, again, tough task for Armand Membu. He was going up against TJ Watt in this game. He went one-on-one with TJ Watt 12 times. He had help on 11 reps, but on the 12 that were just against TJ Watt without help at all, pitched a shutout. Unreal stuff from Armand Membu. Really, really good debut. I think the Jets have a strong tackle duo, hopefully here for the next 8 to 10 years would be ideal. And Olu Fashanu stonewalled TJ Watt one-on-one as well. And man, I really came away impressed with him in the run game. That was a weaker point for him coming out of college. Like, we knew he was a really good pass protector, but I think he needs to continue to develop as a run blocker, and he's been doing that, and that was evident over the summer, and it was also evident in week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So those are some of my positives. Let me know what you took away from this game on the offensive side of the ball. Sound off in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.